running around throwing that dirt all on my name. Cause you knew that I'd call you up. You would go around every party in LA. Cause you knew that I'd be at one.
Cipher, a method of transforming a message to conceal its meaning. The term is also used synonymously with the ciphertext or cryptogram in reference to the encrypted form of the message. One of the earliest use of ciphers was with a cipher disk, invented in Italy around 1470 by Leon Battista Alberti. The use of codes and ciphers in the military dates back to the beginning of the U.S. Army Signal Corps, which was formed in June of 1860. They use a system of flag and torch movements to send messages back and forth. These flags and torches could be seen for miles by both their allies and their enemies, so they used cipher disks to encrypt the messages. In ancient Spartan cryptography, the first cipher disk appears to have been employed by the ancient Greeks around 400 BC for secret communication between military commanders. This device, called the sightale. The letters on the leather strip are meaningless when it's unwrapped, and only if the recipient has the correct size rod does the message make sense. In Roman encryption and ciphers, circa of 60 BC, Julius Caesar invents a substitution cipher that shifts characters by 3 places, a simple and effective coding method at that time. At around 1553, Giovanni Battista Bagliasso inventions the first cipher to use a proper encryption key, an agreed upon keyword that the recipient needs to know if he or she wants to decode the message. In 1854, Charles Wheatstone invents the Playfair cipher, which encrypts pairs of letters instead of single ones and is, therefore, harder to crack. In 1917, an American, Edward Hepburn, invents the electromechanical machine in which the key is embedded in a rotating disc. It's the first example of a rotor machine. It encodes a substitution table that is changed every time a new character is typed. In 1918, German engineer Arthur Cerbus invents the Enigma machine for commercial use. Rather than the one rotor used by Hepburn's device, it uses several. Recognizing its genius, the German military begins to use it to send coded transmissions. Around 1945, Claude Shannon of Bell Labs published an article called A Mathematical Theory of Cryptography. It's the starting point of modern cryptography. For centuries, governments have controlled secret codes applied to diplomacy, employed in wars, and used in espionage. But with modern technologies, the use of codes by individuals has exploded. Leon Battista Alberti is considered as the father of Western cryptography because of his work in polyalphabetic substitution. He also designed one of the earliest use of ciphers, which is the cipher disk. For Julius Caesar, he invents a substitution cipher that shifts characters by 3 places. Charles Wheatstone invents the Playfair cipher. Edward Hepburn invents the electromechanical machine in which the key is embedded in a rotating disc. And the sightale was used by the ancient Greeks around 400 BC. The shift or Caesar cipher is another monoalphabetic substitution cipher. Although more secure than the Atbash cipher, it is still an easy cipher to break, especially by today's standards. Originally, it was used by Julius Caesar for sending encrypted messages to his troops and effectively hide messages from his enemies. In Caesar cipher, the set of plain text characters is replaced by any other character, symbols, or numbers. It is a very weak technique of hiding text. In Caesar cipher, each alphabet in the message is replaced by 3 places down. So here's the example. The plain text is E, D, U, C, B, and A. As a Cipher cipher, each alphabet is replaced by 3 places down, so that E will replaced by H, D will replaced by G, U will replaced by X, C will replaced by F, B will replaced by E, and A will replaced by D. So here, the plain text is EDUCBA, and the ciphertext is HGXFED. So in order to get the Cipher ciphers shift, first is we should read the alphabet or the text in a plain text, and then we should replace each alphabet with 3 places down, and then repeat the process for all alphabet in plain text. So that's how we get the ciphered text of or using Cipher cipher. So this time I will be showing you an example by encrypting and decrypting a message or a sentence on what I think about discrete mathematics using Cipher or Cipher ciphers.
Now I'm all up on your lips, you express sugar falling home with me tonight. You just wanna unless I'm drunk, I'm high, but I'm both right now. Got me talking about my life. I don't usually do this unless I'm drunk, I'm high, but I'm